Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. I've got the cat on my chest, and I'm nice and warm here and cozy in Burbank, downtown Burbank. Um, so I'm going to work. I'm cutting. My weekend is cut short again. It's just the week before Christmas, and just ahead of Christmas, it's always just very swamped at work. So I don't think I've had a full 2 day weekend for a while now, or maybe last weekend I did, but this weekend, yeah, it's cut short. So I'm returning to work. Going to work tomorrow early, 4 a.m. So we'll be heading back. But before I head back, I wanted to record this. It's kind of what I call house cleaning about of my recent uploads and things. I just went through a lot of them, and so let's just do this. And I plan to post this the moment I'm passing by Kelly's house on my way out. There goes the cat. No, it's so warm. Oh, he's gonna go eat. The moment I pass by Kelly's house tonight, again, I'm gonna post this in a link and on whatever the recent. I usually post on her recent Kellyoki's. And then we'll see. The last time I did this on my way in, YouTube took it down way later. Like somebody called them up and paid them to take down a video that was considered not in violation until somebody called and paid to have it taken down, which is called fraud. It's actionable. It's the way. If anybody's figuring out like a lot of the second tier propaganda going on right now, including Elon is doing this a little bit. They're trying to make out like it's only the government interfering and censoring people and all this stuff. It's not. It's mostly people like Pfizer and other people that have a specific narrative they want to get out there, and anybody who bucks the narrative, Pfizer pays. That's why Pfizer pays YouTube, they pay Twitter, they pay all the media to do the censoring. It's not the government doing this. So these media sites are getting paid to censor you, and that's called fraud. And you could sue under RICO for that because there's so many different entities involved. It's an anti-racketeering, actually, kind of a law that can really take down, like it was used to take down the mafia, but this is very similar. And that's what's going to happen. But what's going on is it's not that these places are now losing advertisers. They never had advertisers, really. What they had was like people paying them to put out a certain narrative. It is a kind of ad. It's an ad for Pfizer, but it's kind of the anti-ad. It's like beating down any competition or anything that criticizes them. So this is very, very fraudulent, and they will be able to be sued in the future. And that's why I say it doesn't matter. They could stop now. They could stop beating me down, and it's just one indication. Like if I go to YouTube and they still won't, let's just try it again tonight. Let's just do this really fast. We're going to go to YouTube. Santa, can't you hear me? Is that Sleepless in Seattle? I've been looking for... Okay, so let's go... I think I have a lot of comments here, but let me try one. I'll see your Santa. Let me try one. It's called Fake Pandemic Holocaust. I'll do this. Can I write Fake Pandemic Holocaust yet? Assholes? Actually, I'm not going to put the asshole part because you're going to think it was taken out because I said assholes. But if I could write assholes all I want and it doesn't get taken down. Can I write fake pandemic Holocaust yet? So I'm going to comment. Okay, and watch it disappear. It disappears right away. It's gone. Oh, maybe. Oh my God. Is this the night when fake pandemic Holocaust stays up? Are you freaking kidding me, everybody? That's going to be a good sign, but oh, there it goes. It's gone. Even when you sort it by the newest first, yeah, it's gone. What was that? Less than 10 seconds. Okay, so screw YouTube. But even if I'm allowed to do that and they're not getting paid by Pfizer to take down my my comments, it's still going to be it's still going to they're still going bankrupt at this point. I think it's too late. Like the ship has already hit the iceberg. So, because of all the lawsuits that are coming down for what they've been doing for 2 years. Like, I don't see how they can get around the lawsuits for fraud. when all this stuff gets exposed. So, anyway, why am I on this subject? I don't know what the point was of that. I don't know what point I was making. I'm sorry. I really just had like 1 minute of house cleaning to do. In the last video I posted before, I did this, whatever. The last video I posted before I did this, I kept calling Twitch. I kept saying his name was Stitch. I think his name is like a small T and a big W. And I don't know why I kept calling him Stitch, but whenever I have a brain fart like that, there's a purpose behind it, and I don't know what the message was for somebody. Somebody got something out of me making that mistake, and whatever. I don't really fret too much when I make a brain fart like that. I'm just saying I realize now, and I'm sorry, it's Twitch, not Stitch. I kept calling him Stitch, like Lilo and Stitch or something. I looked online because I'm posting. I'm saying there's no restraining order, is my claim. And I drove by her house and I videotaped beforehand, and I'm here and there's no arrest warrant. Nobody's contacted me. I sent a message to buttfuck right here online. I said I'm here at the same place I've been at for almost 2 years now, every Monday night, every Tuesday, every weekend. And nobody has, and then I'm going back to work. It's West Hills, Target store 0228. West Hills, I'll give you the address. Okay, come and serve me there. I stay in the parking lot there. Also online, you can see in my YouTube channel, I'm usually at the Owens Mouth parking structure with the that was another thing I was going to say. Okay. There's I have to be careful how I word that. So I'll say it at the other end maybe or something. I'll say it when I do my Nicolioki tomorrow. Okay. The Dos Equis. Put it in here. Okay, so that I understand what that is if I want to talk about it. Okay, so I just wanted to say that I looked online. I'm writing all this shit, and I'm trying to trigger TMZ into doing some more shit, I guess. I just want to see if they're going to shut their fucking asses once and for all online, and I haven't seen anything since. So, I'm very reasonable. I'm probably, you're not going to believe this. I'm more reasonable, or just as much. Like, Kelly could be very reasonable, like almost too reasonable when it comes time to dealing with assholes. And I'm telling you, you got to believe me. I think I might be more reasonable than Kelly. I'm not going to do it. It's just a waste of time. I think we both are just more interested in our passions to be dealing with these mosquitoes. I call it mosquitoes. You have to swat them away, and they're very, very annoying, but at the same time, just whatever. Just leave us alone while we're trying to pursue our passions. So they don't stop sometimes, and sometimes you really have to turn around and just swat really hard and take care of it. But it's just, we'd rather not, and I'd rather not swat at TMZ. They're going down the drain. They're done. If they want to keep buzzing around, I will turn around and I will fucking swat them so hard they can't even see straight. I will go 7 years as I did with Agron. I don't give a fuck. But just don't do it. Don't poke the bear, assholes. So the deal is, stop fucking talking about me. Period. Okay, stop printing whatever butt fuck tells you to print. Butt fucking asshole. That's what this is all about. It's a butt fucking control freak that I'm trying to get the hell away from Kelly because he's planning her murder, and I'm thwarting that. Come on, cat, you coming up? Ow, ow, ow. Okay, come here. Ow, 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 oh. Okay, he's back. Okay, so so this guy, and he's going to be plotting her murder until their kids. It's not even his biological kids, but until the kids are 18. It's just Kelly's going to be under constant threat, and I'm trying to make sure that even now, I could thwart the threat, but it's just a fact of life. This is how they operate. This is how gay Nazi assholes operate, and this is it's going on with me. I'm still, my gay baby daddy is still at it. He's garnishing my wages. I'm living in my car. Okay, let's not get into this. I'm just saying I understand what she's going through, and I'm just going to try to, defend her as best I can against the family court Nazis who are trying to murder her. And if, we get away with it, or she could survive this, or at the very least, if they do murder her, we have our, persons of interest. Automatically, right now, I'm telling you who they are. It's buttfuck, number one. The buttfuck, he's buttfucking at NBC. Number two, the buttfuck, they're buttfucking at TMZ. At TMZ. and the family court pieces of shit that will guide all the money to them after Kelly dies in the probate court and in the family court, with the two biggest linemen, and that is the big piece of shit called Laura Wasser, the other big piece of shit called Samantha Spector. They did this to Britney Spears. They're still doing it to her. And the big piece of the gay Nazi fucking butt fucking asshole called Scott Gordon. Okay? They're plotting and planning her murder, and that's it. Okay? And I don't care how crazy I sound. Doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? Okay? Because I have one goal in mind, and that's it. And I don't give a fuck. So that's what this is all. This is what this is all about. Is I'm thwarting that, and now they're trying to take me out and whatever. So it's not. That's what this is about. But if TMZ wants to do it, so there's a big burly trucker guy. He's a gay, and he works for Buttfuck, and he's buttfuck. Because the one in so there's a big burly trucker guy that's supposedly stalking Kelly as well, and he works for Buttfuck. It's called a false flag attack. The gay Nazi assholes have perfected this for millennia since the start of the gay mutation. They've really refined, and it's just a fantastic tool they use all the time. It's called the false flag emergency. They create an emergency themselves so that it's like a distraction so that they can move in on your flank and kill Kelly. Okay, so they're going to pretend like me and this big burly guy that buttfucks buttfuck is like this big danger, and get everybody focused, and all these non-gay dumbass morons will get all upset. And it's a good thing to want to protect Kelly in that way, but it's a bad thing when it's a non-gay dumbass moron who is doing whatever the gay Nazi asshole tells them to do. It's just a fact of life, people. The alpha male that's the way the males are. And the alpha male is always the gay Nazi asshole, and they will follow him and do whatever he says. And unfortunately, he knows the psyche of the non-gay dumbass moron so well that it's really hard to, and it's sad because it's a loyalty and honor and wanting to valor. All these things are fantastic kind of qualities in the non-gay dumbass moron, and the gay Nazi asshole constantly uses it for evil. Sorry about that, but that's life, and I don't know why I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about it except tell you about it. So they'll create this big burly trucker guy and tell him that, and associate it. This shit works so well on the non-gay dumbass moron who will come after me, another trucker. Like they're gonna, and truckers now are bad because they're in Canada fighting the COVID stuff. So it's all very, very gay Nazi, and it's not. I think his name was Victor. I didn't check it, but I just checked yesterday, and I said that's buttfuck is paying him. Okay, so but if I hear any more about restraining orders from TMZ, if I hear anything about me passing by her place, if I hear one more peep, the plan for next week when I come back, because I'm going out tonight, is if TMZ doesn't stop, the plan for next week is to knock, as suggested by the Wordle people, and ask for a copy of the restraining order. I'm going to knock next week. Okay? All right? But I'm also going to sue the shit out of them and not stop for the next 30 years because, enough is enough of this shit. And it's really getting dangerous for Kelly. Like, it's starting to get to the point where they need to have their asses sued. Okay? Because, this is getting ridiculous. Not really, really dangerous, but enough to where I'm gonna really do something about it, and it won't go anywhere. But maybe this time it will. It's gonna turn around soon, where we start to get lawyers on my side finally, because they realize they can make a shitload of money on any. And you can take up any lot. Like the first lawsuit I did, dude won an $800,000 or $6. I don't know. I forget how much her home was. Look up Rose versus Davis, Alameda County, filed on May 17th. 2017. It's called Rose versus Davis, and on the same day I filed Young versus Kenko. We went down and filed on the same day I was with her. And look up these lawsuits. And one guy took up her lawsuit eventually and won the whole house and it's like worth $600,000. In my case, you could win. You could put it's in the because it's statutory. Oh, another thing is. I couldn't remember the other day the difference between what's called the statutory law and the common law. These are just words that wouldn't come to my brain. But it's statutory damages on the invasion of privacy when you illegally record somebody, as all these in-truck camera things. It's Young versus Kenko. Look it up. Any lawyer who wants to take it up, you can make millions of dollars. Not even millions. I'm talking probably close to $1 billion if you get everybody in there and you do the statutory, which is per violation. It's like $1,500 per violation, and they were violating somebody every day. These truckers for years, every day on the audio recording without them knowing it. I mean, it's just, I mean, the limit is bankrupt. However much money the in-camera people doing this have is how much money you could win. In other words, it's just going to make them bankrupt. And maybe they did go out of business, but it's a lot of money, and you can get it statutorily. You don't even have to argue, and you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to have a jury. It's statutory damages. And the proof is there. They already admit to it. And it also exposes Kamala Harris for the big piece of slime shit that she is, because she purposely misrepresented what a law was saying, and it's all very brilliant. Go look at it. But any case that I've filed as a pro se and has just been knocked down because I'm pro se, if any lawyer wants to take them up, go do it. It's so fucking easy. Including anything I could do against TMZ, anything. If you want to do defamation, take it, or come talk to me. I'll do it. But, I will file something if they don't back off on this one. This is just getting to be too much. Fucking pieces of shit. Okay? But last week, there was a Wordle. I think the Wordle people are so funny. I think they try to communicate with me sometimes. Maybe not. But after all this blew up, and after all this blew up, they had one of the Wordles was like knock. It was so funny. Instead, I thought, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, next time, but I'm gonna knock. Okay, and I'm gonna blame the Wordle people if I get arrested for doing that. But I'm gonna knock, and I'm gonna say, could you please give me a copy of the fake restraining order? You security piece of shit. Okay, because I don't see it. I'm not gonna go search and look and do all this shit. I don't know, whatever. I think you can ask. I don't know. I don't care. I'd rather do my passion. You're just fucking time wasting. Okay, so if TMZ doesn't stop, and it seems like they stopped, but who knows? It's like they're worse than vampires to stop, by the way. The gay Nazi assholes, they're gonna come back and try another angle, or they're gonna do this, or they're gonna do that, and they're just going out. I mean, seriously, it's like running to kick them in the butt as they're running. I don't feel like it, but I will if they're gonna turn around and keep doing this. I'll kick them in the butt. Fine, I'll do it. It's just very, satisfying maybe. But I'm gonna ask, okay, so Amazon stock. So yesterday or recently I said Disney was the 5th to fall below. And then I wanted to tell you that Amazon was the 5th. Disney is the 6th that I know about. But I never covered, there goes the cat. I never covered Amazon stock. Okay, Amazon stock. What the hell? Anyway. So, in March of 2020, their low was 92.3, and they're well below that. And I think they passed it up. I just checked it last, like 4 days ago or something like that. So and the reason I don't deal with Amazon is because they are just too strange. I don't know what swamp they belong to. They don't have a big 2020 dip. And when I do, I just can't figure out Amazon. Okay, the reason I stay away from Amazon is I know they're swampy because it's Jeff Bezos. Okay, Jeff Bezos is gay. Oh, by the way, he's another person. You got to show somebody a video of him talking, and if they can't tell he's gay, do not trust that person for your life, for security. I mean, I'm not saying these are bad people. I'm just saying there's a knowledge and kind of you have to be a good observer to be a good security person, be a good scientist, be a good almost anything of importance. You have to have kind of and the gay people are top notch about this because they have to, like, sometimes it's a matter of life or death. They have to be able to read people, and that's just a way of life with them. So they're very good at it though. But non-gay dumbass morons, seriously, you do not want these people on your security if they cannot look at a video of Jeff Bezos and tell you that the dude is gay. Like, seriously, he's another flaming gay guy. I have the list. Oh, you know what? I'll post the gay not gay list. I have a gay not gay list. But I haven't put it in like PDF format, and I'll put a link to it when I do, maybe later tonight, or I want to upload this and get going, because I want to post it when after it finishes uploading. I'm on my way out of here, and I'm going to post the link to it precisely as I'm passing by Kelly's house. Okay, on my way out, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'm not going to do it again. It's the last time I'm going to do this. I just want everybody to leave me the fuck alone, leave Kelly the fuck alone, and just, that's it. Okay, if you don't, then we're gonna just talk about escalating it. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about what the fucking. Okay, so leave us alone. And okay, so I just wanted to say, Netflix was the first to dip below the March 2020 lows. These are the swamp stocks. So I'm not including Amazon in the swamp stock because I don't know what the hell it's doing. I don't trust. I'm not even going to predict what it does. I'm going to predict, because it fell below its 2020 lows, that it's going out of business. But I don't know what swamp. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be legitimate, but because it's Jeff Bezos and it's Washington Compost, it's the Washington Compost, I'm just not sure, because they have other businesses going on. So the Washington Compost is a big part of what's bringing this down, all of this down. Amazon, okay, that's all, that whole big thing. I'm just not sure, but it fell below 2020, and I would short it because of that. But not, I'm personally not going to. But I'm saying, all else being equal, it has broken its 2020 lows. Okay, so no matter what everybody tells you about, oh, it was the COVID high, and it's a swamp stock. Jeff Bezos is gay. I'm not sure. I was confident in it, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But it's part of the swamp stock. And so Netflix was the first media swamp stock to break down below the 2020. Then Facebook, then Comcast, then Salesforce, then Amazon, then Disney. They're all going to start to fall below the 2020s, and I'll try to keep you updated on when that happens. But I just noticed this on Amazon. I'm not sure which other ones are dipping below the 2020 low, the March 2020 low, but it's a bad sign. I'm telling you, any stock that's doing that, if they start to dip below the 2020 low, there is no bottom. I mean, it's just like, I think they're going to go out of business, or they have to, like what they do now is they spin out. Okay, so that's Amazon. What other house cleaning do I have?
I didn't understand that.
Oh, by the way, anybody could track me. A 5-year-old could fucking track me on my phone and know where I am at any time. I'm sure of it. So come and track me if you're worried about me. I'm sure I'd be okay. And also, you might even listen to when I'm in my car what's going on, because I don't know who this person is that keeps, when I mention something like Amazon or Netflix, she talks to me. I don't know what that is. I mean, everybody's laughing their heads off, but I don't know how to turn it off. I'm sure I'm sure a 5-year-old could track me with my phone and track and turn on my camera, turn off my camera, turn on my audio, listen to anything I'm saying. So more power to you. So Slate, I wanted to go over. There were a couple of other words that came up on Wordle. I think taper, and I said no. I think they were telling me to taper off on what I'm doing, and it's like, no, you guys listen, just okay, so taper, that tells me that the people at Wordle are on my side, but they're non-gay dumbass morons, or they this shit that I've been going, like, you have to live my life to be able to call a bluff the way I just did. Okay, you really do. And so I'm not going to taper, and I just ignored, like, I had so many phone calls from family and leaving messages. I've just ignored everybody because they're all kind of non-gay dumbass morons, especially my brother. But I'm just like, everything's fine. Oh, and my daughter, and okay, so everybody that I was most concerned about is okay. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, because of what I did, actually, I think. So taper, forget it, Wordle people. I know you're concerned, but I'm not going to taper. I'm not going to back off until they back off first. That's the thing. Slate was, I think they were trying to go to Slate. I was interested. They were telling me that Slate magazine is interested in publishing some of this, but I went to Slate, and they're just such a rag. They're the worst fucking Nazi rag I've ever seen. So I don't think so, but maybe, do you want me to tell you? The Slate's going out of business, so unless they want to turn around, they want to publish some of this shit. I don't care. Come and talk to me. I'm not going to contact Slate. Okay, they have to contact me. Third, I didn't get that, Wordle, except, are you talking about the Third Amendment? You want something? It's a good idea. I looked it up, and the Third Amendment is the one I'm always forgetting, and everybody forgets, because is you can't quarter soldiers. It's like soldiers cannot be quartered in your house, and I just thought about it. You know what it is? When the government, it's a direct tax, which is not, this is, in other words, I mentioned during the Great Dred Scott fraud paper that there's direct taxes are not allowed, and I mentioned 4 different places in the Constitution where they said Congress cannot do this, and yet this is a possibly a 5th place, and it's a good point. Unless you want me to comment on the Third Amendment, then I would say it's another restriction against the federal government levying a direct tax on its citizens. Because if the government now comes up and says you have to put our employees, our military people, in your bed and breakfast or B&B, Airbnb, you have to pay for it. We're not going to pay for it. That's a tax, and you can't do that. The federal government can't tax its people this way. So the Third Amendment is another restriction on direct taxes by the federal government. Thank you. I mean, if that's what you came to, and then there was an exception. It said, except in war, when Congress can, and that's in peacetime, and then in wartime. So in wartime it said except according to the law, and it's just like, no, I don't. Sometimes you get the feeling that they put these exceptions in there after the Constitution was ratified. There's definitely one in there that was put in after the Constitution was ratified, and that is that the writ of habeas corpus shall never be suspended, except, and then they put an exception, and the except in case of emergency, and that was put in by gay Nazi assholes. That is not a part of our original Constitution. I'm almost positive, because all it's saying is it just completely negated everything. It said, here's our Constitution, and it's important, except when we say there's an emergency. So that just completely nullifies the entire Constitution, because the government can say there's an emergency anytime they want and nullify. And then the emergency is exactly precisely when the Constitution should be followed the most, not the least. Okay? So as we could tell with what they've been doing forever, 9/11 is an emergency, all this, every time they create an emergency, of course. And that needs to go in if you talk about a constitutional amendment, that is the big except. I think it could be shown that was fraudulently not a part of the original Constitution. So I think that needs to be taken out, this exception, because it also doesn't make sense for the writ of habeas corpus, which is the writ of habeas corpus is not a right to get out of jail. It's a right to be able to petition the judge and get in writing from them exactly why you were in jail. And there's no threat to that, like in wartime. So in other words, there's no reason for an exception to that, because a writing isn't a threat of anything. They say except in wartime. And what because if you're in jail because it's wartime and you might be the enemy, you just write to the judge and say, why am I in jail? And the judge writes back and says, it's wartime and we think you might be the enemy. That's all. I mean, and that honors the writ of habeas corpus. Like, it's just telling you why you're in jail. And there's no threat. It's not saying you get to get out of jail. The right, it's just a writing. So why would there be an exception in wartime or something like that? Except in an emergency, or I said it during public unrest or something like that. There is no reason for an exception, even during public unrest, that the fucking government can't tell you why you are in jail. I mean, unless there's no judge or something. I don't know what. I mean, and that's only temporary, like 2 days or whatever. I'm just saying they can't keep you in jail for 10 years and not, within a reasonable time. They need to tell you pretty soon why you are there. Like, as soon as if the judge died and they put in another judge, whatever time that is, they need to tell you why you're in jail. So there's no reason for an exception to that. And the exception was put in fraudulently after the ratification of the contract. I believe that's the only part, and I note that. I noted that in 2017 in the lawsuit, Rose versus Davis, Young versus Kenko. I think it was on appeal. It wasn't the actual lawsuit. It's fine, but when it was knocked out, just they didn't even look at it because it's pro se. They don't even look at it. Some zit-faced piece of shit says no, and it was. It's always some zit-faced law intern. Nobody looks at it if it's pro se, and they just knock it out for whatever reason. They said, "Oh, there's nothing here," or whatever. What is that called? Oh, come here, cat. All right. So third taper. I'm done. So I'm gonna upload this and get out of here. Bye. I'm living my best life. All right, cat. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We're gonna upload this, get out of here, and post it to YouTube. I'll link to it just as I'm passing by Kelly's house. I don't flash the peace sign on my way out, only on my way in, and so I'll just be driving by, and we'll see. Okay, TMZ motherfuckers, triple dare you to have a one single peep out of your fucking asses on this, pieces of shit. You leave me alone. You leave Kelly alone. All right. And to the asshole who was pretending to work for Kelly, I think that was either buttfuck or buttfuck working with my gay baby daddy or something, or somebody like that, because nobody calls me you get, first of all, except my gay baby daddy. He thinks it drives me crazy, and it doesn't. I love it. My family would call me, even my family doesn't call me you get. They'll call me all sorts of different nicknames, like, hey, my brother. Yeah, my family would call me. My mom would call me like Schnoo. I had a lot of nicknames, but it would be nicknames off of the name Huguette. So my family calls me Huguette, and my gay baby daddy calls me Huguette. He's the only person who calls me Huguette, and I kind of like it, but I don't want to tell him I like it because he thinks it drives me crazy. That's why he does it, and it doesn't. So this guy calls me and he says, Huguette, and I go, who is this? And like it's usually some buttfuck who's buttfucking my gay baby daddy who's harassing me in some way, either at the behest of my gay baby daddy, or he knows about it, or he's sitting there with his dick up his ass while he's doing it. They do this kind of shit. It turns them on to crap on women or whatever it is. I don't know what. It's fine, you guys. Just leave the gay guys alone. Oh, the big bear. Oh, I meant to say the big burly trucker. Yeah, there's a lot of truckers are gay, by the way. One of my gay baby daddies, the godfather of one of my kids, used to go up to Truckee and go to the truck stop there and, just do all sorts of sex with the truckers passing through up in Truckee. He told me about that. I thought, yeah. And, yeah, a lot of truckers are gay. It's a good life if you're gay because you can pretend to have a wife and a family and you support them and everything. But at the same time, you just, you're never home and whatever. But there's also a lot of non-gay truckers who are fantastic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a lot, like, and also not only truckers are gay, but there's a lot of big burly guys. They're called bears. And if you go up to the Russian River, I'll tell you what, anybody out there, if you don't understand gay men, or you just for fun, you go up to the Russian River during Bear Week. It is so much freaking fun. A bear is a big burly gay guy who's just hairy. They call him a bear, and it's just so much fun. It's fun. I'm not a homophobe. I really like gay men when they don't get together, when they're not gay Nazi assholes. Okay, or they understand exactly what I'm saying, because there's not even buttfuck. Okay, even this guy, he's not. It's very hard to be gay in LA. They're very, very superficial and critical and aggressive, and buttfuck is not. He's a kind of an awkward gay guy, and the only reason he was kind of accepted was because he had money, and once that ran out, because tobacco ran out of money, it kind of soured, and he was also lazy. God, gay men, they don't like lazy people, by the way, and he's kind of dumb too. Like, gay, if you guys watch Bros, they're like, God, it's so surprising how many gay guys are dumb, It's like, they don't like dumb guys, and they don't like lazy people, and this guy's kind of dumb and lazy, just like, and, so I kind of sometimes kind of feel sorry for buttfuck, but not really. Fucking asshole. It's not, it's not up to Kelly, it's not up to anybody to help him out just because he's lazy. All right. Oh, he's so lazy. Let's give him a whole bunch of money to pretend to run a ranch, and, just get a real job, you motherfucking lazy piece of shit, and leave us all alone. Okay? Leave us all alone. don't try to kill her and try to get your money with all the scamming and shit. Just go work the straw and do some real work or do whatever. Get the fuck away from her. And I know you're an awkward gay guy, and I get it, and it is hard for gay guys because it's so but fuck it. Okay, go suck a dick. Really, seriously. I'm not gonna start sacrificing my own kids, my own daughter, and letting you do this shit. So the guy who called me and said, Huguette, I think that's butt fuck working with my gay baby daddy or something's going on there. But you leave me alone. Don't call my daughter. Leave us the fuck alone, and I will leave you the fuck alone. Pieces of shit. All right. So that's that. Slate, third taper. Oh, let's go. Bye. Living my best life. Everything's going to be okay, everybody. And Godspeed to everybody getting out the side in one piece. Peace and Piece. Bye.